So today we will discuss some data related things. Okay. So first of all, we'll discuss about rules. So what is duplicate detection rule? So when we try to create any duplicate data in the CRM, as of now, what it will do? Let's say I'll go to contacts. So there is one record with Alex with this email. What I'm going to do, I will copy this email and I will try to create another contact with the same email. So here you will see what we are getting. We are getting an alert which says duplicate records found. So the current record which we are going to create and the record which is already exist. So these are the duplicate together. Okay. So how this can achieve, we'll discuss about that. Okay. So to create duplicate detection rule, we have to navigate under settings, then data management, then we have duplicate detection rules. So here these are the some of the out of the box duplicate detection rules. If you see here, in contact with same email address. So this when we try to create any duplicate contact, we got an alert, right? Duplicate detected. So how that occurred? We have this rule that is already created and which is already Microsoft is provided in the CRM. What is that rule? If we open and check that, base record type is contact. Okay. So, and the matching record, which record it needs to match from contact entity. What is the criteria they mention? In the email field, if the data is exactly match the criteria, then it will throw the duplicate alert. So similarly, we'll try to, we'll see here if we have any cases. Yeah. Do we have anything on the lead? Lead with same email address. Okay. Account with same email, same phone, same website. We'll do something. Okay. In opportunity or in case, don't we have any custom entities? Okay. So here we have created application. Okay. Now we'll consider this entity and we will apply the duplicate detection rule on email. Now what I'll do, I will create one application record with this email, x1 7 close, which will create. And now I'm going to use the same email again, additional x2. I click on save and close. It's saved, right? Both these two records have the same email, but we don't have the duplicate detected. Why? Because there is no duplicate detection rule on the application entity. How to do it? So let's navigate to data management under duplicate detection rule. We'll create a new duplicate detection rule. So here we'll give the name application entity check email duplication. Okay. This is my name. You can give any name here. And what we need to select here, base record type, in which entity we need to identify the duplication. Application. Select the entity application. So we need to match with application data itself. On which field we need to identify the duplicate? Email. And what is the criterion? Exact match. So that's it. If we want to include case sensitive, we can do that. Otherwise, we can ignore it. Okay. So let's save it. Once we save, The rule will be created. It will be status as unpublished. We have to make it published to publishing. Refresh. It's still publishing. We have to wait till it published. You see, all these statuses are published. The one which we have created is still publishing. Now it's published, right? Now let's try this. I'll refresh. I'll create new application and I will use the same email again. Click on save. Now you see this record is duplicate with the following. It's detected the duplicate. The duplicate records are this. Okay, but there is one disadvantages of using the duplicate detection rule. What is that? It will detect the duplicate, but when I click ignore and save, it will ignore. It won't restrict the duplication creation. Okay, to do that we have to use other component. But for the simple ones, we can use this duplicate detection rule. How it works? We can create a new duplicate detection rule. We can select the entity where we need to compare, and we need to select again uh, what is the field, on which field we need to um, check the duplication, and then we need to add the criteria, how we exact match or first letter match or last letter match. So in case of duplication, we will use the exact match criteria. So what happen is, when an email data
Your
is
voice
sorry, can't hear me. Hello. Hello. Can anybody unmute and tell me where exactly? ఎక్కడి నుండి వాయిస్ కట్ అయింది? మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ చేస్తాను, చెప్పండి ఎవరన్నా. Anil, if you mention time, how come I know?
sir, you're explaining about Alexa.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
from there.
okay. So you are clear, right? How I have created, what data I have inputted in the while creating the duplicate detection.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the duplicate detection will detect the duplicate, but the disadvantage
So
is
screen is not visible.
now
Yes, sir. Now it we were.
you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So the duplicate detection we have configured on the application entity. So when we try to create any duplicate record with the duplicate email, we will get an alert. So this alert will show you the list of records which are created as a duplicate in the system. Okay. So the disadvantage of this duplicate detection is it will detect the duplicate, but it won't completely restrict. What does it mean? So here we can see ignore and save and cancel. When we click cancel, the record will not save. When user click ignore and save, duplicate will create. Okay, so that is a disadvantage of using duplicate detection rules. You are clear now?
Sir, repeat that once again. I mean,
Okay. So the duplicate detection rules will detect the duplicate and it will show you the duplication records, but it won't completely restrict the duplication creation. Okay. So here what we are doing, we are giving same email for multiple records, which means this record is duplicated. So here we see there are four records which are created with the same email, correct? So what will happen now? The duplicate detection rule is detected the duplicate and it showed as a alert. If the user click on cancel, the record will not save. But if the user click on save, ignore and save, then the record will be created as a duplicate record in the system. Okay. Disadvantage is duplicate detection rule will detect the duplicate, won't restrict user to won't restrict user to creating in duplicate records. Clear now? Clear, right? Okay. Similarly, you can create different duplicate detection rules. We'll discuss something in the data management. So, duplicate detection settings. So, what is this? Is so enable duplicate detection. If it disabled, if we have added multiple duplicate detection rule, it won't. The duplicate detection rule will not execute until unless we enable this. Okay, so this is overall duplicate detection settings here. If we want to show some duplicate detection rule, we can enable this. Okay, what it have, when a record is created or updated, when Microsoft Dynamics 365 for Outlook goes from offline to online, and during data import. So on in all these cases, the duplicate detection will work if we enable this. If we disable this, then the duplicate detection rule will not work even if you have created and you published. Okay. Then we have duplicate detection jobs. So here nothing shows up. It will show how many rules were triggered, and then we have uh, we'll discuss about import. We have already discussed, right? Importing the data from CSV. And sample data is something when you create CRM, you will get some default contacts, contact record, account record, lead records, right? This is the sample data. If you don't want sample data, uh, you can sample data not install. Okay. If you want some sample data, you can just install it. Otherwise, you just close it. Okay. Export field translation. This we have already discussed using XRM toolbox. If we want to translate field labels into different multiple languages, you can use this. Okay. So if you want to maintain easily, then you can use XRM toolbox. This will give you some files in solution, and then you have to extract and then you have to modify, then you have to again zip it to the folder, zip file. This will be a lot of work. You can use the XRM toolbox data translator tool to translate the fields. And one more thing is bulk record deletion. So this is useful. Let's say when you are working in real time, you have imported the data. Okay. So wherever, for example, Excel. This found one. Okay. So we will import this data. So address. Okay. So now I will go to save as CSV. Okay. And I will select desktop one. Okay. Now what I will do, I will import this data. So how? Under data management, go to imports, import data, choose file, one. Click on next, next, next. In which entity we need to map? Account. I will select account. Next. So this I will map it to name, account name, right? Account name, account name to name, address to address one city. Okay. I will map this data. Next, next, submit. And then finish. Now we'll see total. We have 1188 records. Transforming the data, importing 340 are success. It still remain 420. One one nine three records are processed. 1193 are success. Now let's go to accounts. You see, there are data. Now, consider you have imported a wrong data. Now, there is something you imported with incorrect data. Now, you want to delete this. So, per page, I can delete only 50 records. I can change this value, click on settings, personalization settings, records per page, show it as a 250. Okay. So, once we change this, maximum we can see 250 records in one page. So we can select this 250 records at one page and we can delete. This is one way. So consider if we have 5000 records, if we try to delete 250, that will take a lot of time, right? So what we can do in terms of bulk deletion in data management, we have bulk record deletion. So we can create bulk record deletion, new, next. So here look for what is the entity we need to delete the records, accounts. So what is the criteria? Account created on today. Okay. Preview records. So these are the 1193 records that I need to delete. Okay. So next, so start immediately. Okay. This will schedule at 6:30. Next. So what will happen is a duplicate, uh, not duplicate, bulk record deletion rule will. Can you hear me now? Hello. Please confirm if you are hearing me or not.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. So this way we can create bulk record deletion. The process will be created and it will clean the account record which we have given as a condition. Okay. So now I'm going to discuss about something which is related to apps. When I click on this, you see there are different applications here, right? We can create our new application. How to do it? Either you can create a new app from here, and what else we can do is we can go to solution and we will do that. As a best practice, you always recommended to create any customizations in your solution. Navigate to solution, demo solution. From where I need to create, you will see an model driven apps. Click on new model driven app. You can give the name, my demo or sales commercial app. You can give the description. This app will be used by commercial users. If we have, this is the default image. If we uncheck, we can select the images here. Okay, we'll use default image as of now. So once you provide all this information, you just click on done. It will create a model driven app. And here in this model driven app, we can configure a sitemap entities. First, we will enable entities. Okay. So what is entities here? In this model driven app, what entities we need to enable? So here I want to include account. I want to include, I will maximize it. I want to use business unit, campaign, campaign activities, campaign responses. I want to add case. I want to add contact. I want to add contracts. So this how we can add multiple entities to our model driven app. Okay. So let me add lead and opportunity also. Lead and then opportunity. So I have added 10 entities in this application. Now we have something called dashboards. So once we open the application, for example, first I will show you on the custom dashboards. So what are the dashboard you can see? These are all the dashboards you can see. So when I change it to sales hub, what dashboard you can see? You can see only 4 dashboards, right? So similarly, in our application, we will select, we will not select all. I will select only uh, customer service agent, and overview or sales dashboard. I will use only these two. Okay. And then we have something called sitemap. What is sitemap? Sitemap is, once you access this, this is the sitemap. Under sales, we have these entities. Under this, we have these entities, right? So this is the sitemap. Okay, we'll configure based on the area. So our a new area is, you can give the name as sales. So under area, we have group. I will name that group as customer. Under custom group, we have sub areas. Sub areas are, we can place entities, web resources, URL, dashboards. I am going to place entity. So since customers are account and contact, I will place account and contact entity. Account. Okay. Then I will click on this group, click on add, click on sub area. So here again, entity. Now I will select contact entity like this. Now I will create another group. This group name I will give it as deals. In this group, I will add a sub area. Select the group where you want to add sub area and just click on add sub area. So here I will select entity and here I will select lead. Similarly, I will just click on deals, click on add sub area. Okay. And then I will add opportunity also here. So, opportunity. Yes. Okay. And finally, I will add one more group here. Group, change the group name, services. Select this group, add sub area. I want to add entity. Product I want to add. Oh. So this is one area. Now I will create another area here. Okay. So here I will give settings or I will give some confidential. In this area, I want to create some groups. Here I will say contracts. In this contract group, I will add sub area entity contracts. This is how we can create multiple pages, multiple areas, multiple groups, multiple sub areas. Okay, clear? What is what is the area? This is the area. Sales is area. App setting is one area. So under this, my work is one group. Customer is one group. Under this, we have entities as a sub areas. Right? Now we'll just click on save, publish. The app will be created and app will be published here. Refresh, we'll just verify whether it is there or not. This is sales commercial app. If I open this sales commercial app, being edited. We'll finally save and publish. Close this. Okay. Now let's come here and refresh sales commercial app. Okay. When I open this app, you see account, contact, customer, deals, lead, opportunity, services, products, right? Now what we will do is I will create one user. Okay. Settings, security, user, enable user, add license user. You know this process how to create users. Add user, demo one, demo one user, set word one. Next, I will add Dynamics license. Next, next, this is the user mail email. It's added. Now I will try to log in with this user. First, I need to browse this instance. Then I will sign in with this user. Password, word. That's it. Once we reset, we'll see if we can see if this user can able to see that app that we have created. Now in one session I have CRM demo user. In another session that I am logging in, this user have demo one. Okay. Now what we will do, I will give some permission. Users, demo one user, manage roles. I will give sales manager role. Okay. Now we'll see here. We'll refresh. We'll just sign out. By default, the user login in Sales Hub, right? Demo one user. When I click on Sales Hub, he can see only the Sales Hub access. Okay. Now I need to give the sales commercial app access also to this user. How to do that? We'll just go to the commercial app, just select these three dots, click on manage roles. So if you see here, the app is currently enabled for two roles. One is system administrator, another one is system customizer. Now I want to enable it for sales manager. Click on this sales manager, click on save. Now I'll just switch to this user, demo one user. When I click on sales hub, you can see sales commercial app is enabled. When I access this app, he will see the entities that we have enabled in this application. Clear? So model driven app will have entities that we can enable, dashboard that we can enable, and sitemap. Again, in sitemap, we will have, we will have area. Under area we will have groups. Under groups we will have sub areas. So we have enabled only two dashboards in our sales commercial app, right? We will just check that. Click on sales commercial app. Okay, first that we need to enable the dashboard section. Click on sitemap. I'll include this. Don't want all this. I want customer service agent, sales dashboard. Publish. It's still not enable the dashboard here. What we will do, I will tell you this tomorrow. Okay, how to enable the dashboard